Hello there, and then welcome to a brand new lesson. This is How Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. Now, in this lesson, we are looking at questions with respect to commission. In our previous lesson, I explained all the concepts that you need to know. We did all the key terms, and then the commission rate, the commission end, the salary, wage, and then we considered these formulas. So we said the commission is just the total sale times the rate. Now, after earning the commission, the total earning is just the regular salary plus the commission. So if you do want further explanation, you can quickly go to the previous video. Now, let's quickly go and then solve some questions. So looking at our first question here, it reads, a sales agent sold $15,000 worth of appliances this month. If the commission rate is what? 5%. How much commission did the agent earn? This is a very basic question you would get in commission. It is how much commission did the agent earn? The first thing I would advise we do is to write out our parameters. So writing that out, we have what? And we know its symbol to be what? S. So we have our total sale, which is the $15,000. And then the commission rate. So commission rate. From the question, we have our commission rate, which can be written as R to be 5%. So going back to the formulas we considered, we said what? The commission is what? Total sale times rate. So we just come here and then do that substitution, right? So commission is what? And we know commission is what? The sales times rate. So substituting, we have our 15,000 times your 5%. 5% is just 5 over 100. All we need to do now is to do our evaluation. So we have 15,000 times 5%, and we know per our cancellation that these two zeros will cancel these two, and we would now be left with 150 times 5. And 150 times 5 gives us our commission to be what? Is $750. So we say, therefore, the commission end is $750. And you see, it's very, very simple and then straightforward. The most important thing is you knowing the formula. If you know the formula, the rest is just about change of subject and then substitution. Let's take one more question. So our next question here says, a furniture salesperson earns a fixed monthly salary of $1,800 plus a 12% commission on all sales. So as you see here, the 12% is to encourage the salesperson to sell more. The more you sell, the higher your commission. If the total sales were $10,500, what is their total gross pay for the month? What does this question mean? So each and every month, whether you sell something or not, you are earning this. That is, the salesperson is earning 1,800. Now, depending on what you sell, the amount you make is 12% of that is added to your pay. So provided this very month you are able to sell what? 10,500. What then is your gross pay? That is your salary plus the commission. You see that? So let's first of all write our parameters. We know the salary is giving us what? $1,800. And then the, what do you call it? The commission rate. So commission rate is a 12%. And then the total sales is a $10,500. You see, So what we want now is the gross pay or the total earnings. And we said the total earning is given by what? E. So E is your salary plus the commission earned. You see? So if you want your gross pay, you take your regular payment. Then we now add the salary you have gotten. But we don't know the commission earned. So we first of all need to calculate our commission earned. And we know the commission is just the salary times the rate. So we need first of all to solve for the commission. Substituting, we know the salary. Oh, sorry, the sales. So the sales times the rate. So substituting, we have our commission being equal to the sales, which is this over here, 10,500 times your rate. That is a 12% rate. Now, evaluating this as usual, we cancel out our zeros. And then you have a 105 times 12. 105 times 12. And that gives us a commission of 105 times 12. We have $1,260. So this here is the commission. Hence our total earnings, E, which you said is the salary. So the salary the person receives at the end of the month is this over here. So 1,800 plus the commission end, which is 1,260. Adding that together, we then have our gross pay being equal to a 3,060. 3,060. So you can then say, therefore, the total gross pay is your 3,060. As simple as that. All these are just direct and then they are easy to solve. Hence, let's solve one last question where we would have to change subject to have a feel of other forms of questions as well. So in our last question here, it says a realtor earns $4,200 in commission on the sales of a house if their commission rate was 3.5%. What was the selling price? What was the selling price of the house? This time around, we are looking for what selling price. So first of all, let's decide to write out our parameters. We know the commission earned. So he earned this. That is the commission you are actually earning. So C is 4,200. And then we know the rate, the commission rate to be what? 3.5%. What is the total price? What is the selling price? That is S. We don't know that. But we do know the formula. We know that the commission is actually the selling price times the rate. So if you want to make the selling price the subject, what do? We divide both sides by R. So divided by R, divided by R. In which case, this R here cancels out the R. So that S now stands on its own. So with S on its own, we have S being equal to the commission over the rate. So substituting, we have our S being equal to the C, which was the commission, was 4,200, you see, divided by, this is the division, so divided by our rate, which was what? 3.5%. So 3.5 over 100. So how now do we simplify this? You know, it's division by a fraction. So we can rewrite it as S equals, for anyway, if you have a calculator, you can just straightforward punch it out. So divided by 3.5, you see. Okay, so with this now, we can see multiplying the numerator, that is all of this, by your 100, we have 4200, then times the 100. So it means we just add another 2 zeros divided by 3.5. Okay, 420000 divided by 3.5. 3.5 can then be written as what? Your 35 over 10. Do you see that? So we are just applying the whole idea of fractions, and divisions over here. So we have 420000 times your 10 over 35. We can say that 35 divides itself once, and it divides 420, I think 12 times. So we have about 12 here. Then the 3 zeros also are written. And don't forget our times 10. So multiplying this here by 10, we have a 12,000, then times the 10. So we have another 0. So this simply implies that the total sales was what? So that is $120,000, right? All these, as I've said, is an application of your formulas, change of subject, fraction multiplication, and then that of decimals as well. As usual, I'll leave you with some exercises just for you to try to test your understanding. So these are just 4 questions you have here. You can try to test your understanding. The first one is very, very straightforward, where you are just finding the commission. The second one, you are finding the total earnings. And the third one, you are finding the total sale. And for the last one, you are finding the commission rate. So I do wish you all the best, and then see you in our next lesson. Bye for now. Stay blessed.